In the 1960s, thousands of Americans marched for civil rights. Many of them faced violence, arrest, and intimidation. Police dogs were unleashed on protesters, and fire hoses knocked demonstrators to the ground. Jails were filled with those demanding equality. Yet in the face of that violence, the protesters did something remarkable. They sang. Across streets, churches, and jail cells, voices joined together in song. And although the civil rights movement is often remembered for its speeches and political victories, the music played a powerful role in shaping the movement itself. In fact, many activists and historians would later describe it as the singing movement. Not all of the music connected to the movement served the same purpose. Some songs were sung by the movement itself, songs used to unite the people and sustain them during protest. Others were songs written about the movement, written to expose injustice and force the wider public to confront what was happening in America. Together, these formed the soundtrack of one of the most important struggles for justice in modern history. Many of the songs heard during marches and demonstrations came from an older tradition. They began as African American spirituals sung in churches for generations. During the civil rights movement, activists adapted these songs with new lyrics that reflected their fight for equality. One of the most famous songs to emerge from the movement was called We Shall Overcome. The song became a way for thousands of people to stand together, turning fear and uncertainty into a collective strength. These songs became known as freedom songs, music that helped sustain the movement in moments of pressure and danger. Its influence became so strong that it eventually reached the very centre of American power in 1965 when Lyndon B. Johnson ended a speech to Congress with the same words.
We shall overcome.
But not all civil rights music was sung by crowds. Some songs confronted racism in a different way by forcing people to face uncomfortable truths. One of the most powerful examples was Strange Fruit, first performed by Billie Holiday in 1939. The song described the lynching of black Americans in the American South. It was shocking, uncomfortable, and impossible to ignore. Where freedom songs united protesters, songs like Strange Fruit forced the wider public to confront the brutality of racial violence. On April 4, 1968, the civil rights movement suffered a devastating blow.
Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., civil rights leader and Nobel Prize winner, was shot and killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee.
News of his death spread rapidly across the United States, and in many cities, anger and grief quickly turned into unrest. That same night in Boston, a concert scheduled by soul singer James Brown suddenly took on a very different significance. Fearing that violence might erupt in the city, officials considered cancelling the event. Instead, they made an unusual decision. The concert would go ahead and it would be broadcasted live on local television, encouraging people to stay at home and watch. Throughout the night, he urged the audience to remain calm. He addressed them directly, reminding them that the night was meant to honour the memory of Martin Luther King Jr. and not descend into violence. Throughout the civil rights movement, music served many different purposes. It united protesters during marches. It confronted the public with the realities of injustice. And at times it helped hold communities together during moments of national crisis. But these songs did not spread on their own. Activists, organisers and musicians helped carry them from church halls and mass meetings to marches across the country.